Howdy do, fellas and lady fellas. Look at this little bad boy. Ooh, wing dingly do. This is one of my bucket list guitars. It's a Epiphone Firebird, and I've always wanted one of these. Forever have I always wanted one of these. And 2 years ago, I finally got one. I ordered it through Guitar Center, and it took forever. It was on back order. Finally got it, and I loved it. It took a little bit. I'm like, holy macaronis! It's just everything's off. What you think is right. It's the scale length. Let's not talk about that. 24 3/4 inch compared to my Fender scale length, 25.5 inch, which I'm always been the Fender scale length. This is my first like Gibson scale length, and that really isn't an issue for me. The issue for this, though, is that the body is it's off. It's, here I am, like the 12th fret is like right here in the middle. And it feels weird. You start playing this thing and it's just, oh my God. And it just feels off, but then we get comfortable with it. I would never do anything else. It sounds amazing. It feels amazing. Out of the box, this thing came perfect. The cool stuff. So it's a mahogany body, right? And it's a gloss finish. It's the neck material is a 9-ply mahogany and walnut. Profile is a slim taper C profile, which, yeah, it's nice. It's comfy. It's not thin, but it's not fat. I love the fat necks, but this is perfect. Feels great. Just right in the middle, right where you'd want it to be. At least if that's how you roll. Scale length, obviously we already talked about that. Fingerboard material, Indian Laurel. I don't know what that means. Laurel. Sounds like a girl I went to high school with. Ha-hell! I did go to high school with a girl named Laurel. Anyway. Whatever. Fingerboard radius is 12 inch. 12 inch. It's very nice. It feels great. You can't really complain. Fret count, 22. Medium jumbo. I'm a tiny fret fella. Fat jumbo Ibanez, fat fret phase, and I don't like it. You get a little too crazy, a little too. Next thing you know, yeah. So I like smaller frets. Personally, for me, I just like smaller frets. I don't know. What else we got here? Nut material is a Graphtec New Bone. Sure. Feels good, nice. It's very done. It's everything out of the box. This thing was perfect. The nut shape, everything about it, everything great. Cannot complain. Nut width is 43 millimeter and trapezoid inlays. The joint, obviously, this is a neck through. We know this. Let's get into the hardware. Get into the. It's all nickel, Epiphone Locktone Tune-o-matic bridge, Locktone stop bar, tuning machines, Grover Mini 18:1 ratio machine heads. Everything about this guitar is great. I mean, really, I have never had an issue. It's the only issue I can tell you about right now, right at this moment, is that I'm getting a little bit of fret sprout after 2 years. I live in the desert, so shit gets a little dry. So after 2 years, though, that's pretty good. I don't do what I'm supposed to with these guitars. So I got a little bit of fret sprout, and it's fine. Whatevs. Whatever. Nickel pickup covers. The pickups are Epiphone Pro Bucker FB 720s. Both of them. Beep, beep, beep. Pickup selector, 3-way Epiphone toggle, 1/4 inch. The strings that came on this was a 10 gauge. Interesting. I've always seen 9 inches. I've always seen 9s, but this came with 10s. And you can feel the 10s when you put this on. There's some resistance there. If you can feel it. So that's about it. It doesn't come with a case. If you want to buy a case, I guess it comes with one. If you would like to purchase it. But yeah, again, this is my one of my bucket lists. Neck Through, Firebirds. And this goes back for me to Rat. When you got Robin Crosby with his Jacksons. Exact same looking thing. Except you had the Jackson headstock. Loved it. This is where I get my heart on from. This is where it came from. And then you start seeing it. You go back and Johnny Winter has one, and now Joe Bonamassa's got his, which just has a single pickup, which I love. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's cooler just to have one pickup than two. I don't know. Ow! But Joe Bonamassa knows what he's talking about. But it's an Epiphone too. He's not throwing out the Gibsons. No, he's throwing out an Epiphone. And this guitar is great. It's so comfortable to play. I cannot say a single bad thing about this guitar. Let's hear how it sounds though, huh? Sounds pretty decent to me, if you ask my humble opinion. So yeah, I think I've had this for 2 years. I don't play it as often as I probably should. As a matter of fact, I haven't played electric guitar in freaking a couple months because I've been all Mr. Acoustic-y lately. But I think this guitar sounds great. I'm usually one of those guys that buys somebody and I buy somebody. I'm one of those guys that buys something and I go immediately into upgrading parts. I start throwing in new pickups, new bridges, tuners, everything. I go all out. I'm like, here we go. We're throwing in the new stuff because I'm not Mr. Rich Boy that can afford the good stuff. So I buy cheap, and then whatever. But this one, I am not going to touch it. It's perfect the way it is. I like it. It's got that hold. Let's crank a Marshall, dime it out. Let's dime a Marshall, and it's going to just sound fantastic. I just don't have there's not a single problem I have with this guitar. It is fretted out a little bit, a couple of places here now. After 2 years, I could probably do a neck adjustment, which I just haven't done yet. But after 2 years, it was fine when I got it, and it was fine for quite some time. But being in Mr. Hot Climate over here, it probably is, getting a little... So it could use an adjustment now. So after 2 years, oh my God, please. Anyway, I love it. You would love it. $649. I don't know. This is 2020 money. Hey, I don't even know if they're available anymore, but they used to be. And I've just had this thing sitting in my house for quite some time. And I love the crap out of it. So, I would definitely go for one of these. So, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and let's keep this journey going, shall we? That's all I know.